Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Lyle Coach at Chiropractic, aka Chiro World, where what starts here changes the freaking world, and I am changing the freaking world. The reason I'm doing that, because I got the coolest community on the planet Earth, and I got one cool tribe, because my community is going to change your community, because the power of the pack is in the wolf, and the power of the wolf is in the pack. And I got a really powerful freaking wolf here. So this one's kind of cool. So you're probably going to get a few of them back to back. I get to introduce my world to somebody who I consider a very dear friend. We've been partners on some ventures with each other. If you've seen Blake or Sean on pictures of her horse down in Texas, I decided to reach out to my good friend, the horse trainer, Mr. Big Mike Hochtel down in Texas. Thanks, Mike, for joining us.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
So here's the cool thing. Everybody, Mike is probably one of the best Western pleasure horse trainers on the planet Earth. And I'm not just saying that because he's my horse trainer, but it's the truth. How many world championships? You can't keep count, can you?
I lost count over 50.
So, I mean, I can't even, I don't even have that. I can't even add it up. And, but down there in Texas, you guys were like pretty much shut down. Like you couldn't even turn the lights on in your house, right?
Exactly. And I'll tell you, it's just kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. I just, we went from how this all really kind of came about for me. Personally, I went to a horse show in Scottsdale, Arizona at the beginning of March. And I'm in Scottsdale, and it is a huge horse show. And I want to tell you, 2,400 head of horses there. And so we're there, we're working, we're showing. And, the whole horse show community, we're all, trying to compare, what our horses look like in March and where we're headed to the next horse show in April and May. And so as all professionals, we're all, talking. So I'm driving home from Scottsdale, Arizona at I want to say about the 10th, 11th of March. And, that's when, it really kind of just became on the news, and we're like, what? And man, from the moment I got home from Scottsdale, Arizona, it was shut down city. And next thing you know, the horse shows are canceled. Other venues, the restaurants are shutting down. I mean, it was just a complete halt and a shock, to come home and just hear it on the radio while I'm driving home and then see it on the news, and, as we all do. But Texas, North Texas, I live about half an hour from the Red River. So, North Texas, about an hour north of Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Here, it is, it's pretty quiet, as you guys have been here several times. These little towns here, I mean, I don't know. It's, you can go get carry out food if you want from a few little restaurants. But other than that, it's pretty much shut down city. And it has affected Texas here. What is it? It's a cattle state. It's an oil state. It's a gas state. So those three things combined, it's pretty much shut down Texas down in that market.
So everybody understands too kind of what Mike does, and then to go into how he pushed through to the other side is what we like to, talk about this and become awesome. But, Mike has clients such as our family. And so he's dealing with people that are all over the United States. And what they do is Mike finds the right horse for the right rider. Am I correct in saying it that way? And then he trains the horse, he trains the rider, and then they fly in and drive in, whatever, and they go to the shows. And so this isn't a Texas thing that hit you. You're talking, you got hit globally, didn't you?
Absolutely. And you're talking about, well, I've got, some clients in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, California, and Utah. And I mean, it just goes all parts of the country were just shut down immediately. Now, still today, I also judge horse shows. So, and I've had several judging opportunities, contracts that I'd signed in January for the year. And every single one of those judging contracts have been canceled because, the shows are shut down. So, this messes with, everybody's income, obviously, in the equine industry. But moving forward, my clients, yourself included, these people are just not able to jump on an airplane, come fly across the country, ride their horse, go to horse shows and so forth. So it's had a definite impact in a lot of different areas for sure.
So let's do this, because we always like to keep these short and sweet, and I got two other topics I want to cover with you, which we'll do on the next 2 days. You guys will see these. So Mike, knowing that I don't know when I'm going to have my next horse show. How did you say, I'm going to go down to the barn, I'm still going to hop on the horse, I'm just going to train this horse like the world show is coming up and the next big horse show is coming up, where you could tell somebody out there, a patient or a friend of ours or just a random anybody, who did you or what did you do to go, I'm going down to the barn and I'm going to do what I need to do and not change my routine? I mean, because some people, what happened, Mike, they just shut down. They're like, I'm done. Where you went, not doing it. Because I know we talked a couple times.
Yeah, and that's a really good question. And you have to really self-check yourself. You have to self-check your system. I have a system that's been in place for X amount of years, my whole career, right? So I'm a competitor, but you're right. You got to self-check yourself, and I pin my goals, and I know that my horses have to be ready on go when this thing opens up. So what I've done for myself, I've picked my timelines, and in the equine world that we live in, you cannot keep these horses peaked 24/7, 365. That's impossible. So you have to let this horse tell you when he can be peaked. And I've picked my timelines of the year where I make my horses peaked, which our world show is in September, so that's a must. Now, prior to that, we have to pick certain goals. So here we are May, and they're, canceling shows left and right. But I know that these shows, if they open up, and they will, I'm going to peak myself for July, August, and September, and October. Those 4 months is where we all have test time at our horse shows, our world shows, our congresses. So everybody's going to be the same. That's a true professional. They're going to peak these horses for July through October. No and ifs or buts. Whether we show or whether we don't, these things will be ready. And
so what you're starting to say, I want to get this right here, and this is kind of a consistent pattern that I'm seeing in people, is you stuck to the routine. You didn't change the routine. The routine stayed there instead of what a lot of people did. They're like, well, my routine is different. I'm just going to go and sit and watch Netflix all day. Your routine stayed, didn't it?
It did stay, and it has to stay because, I'm no different than you. You are so successful in what you do because you installed a system, and it works for you, and it works for all your clients. And those clients are repeat clients because of your system. So why mess with the system? So I'm the same thing. In the equine world, my system is the same. And I have installed that from years ago, and I am not changing anything. And, success rings on that system. And so consistency is knowledge is my tagline. Okay. And that is a broad statement,
Repeat that. What was it again? Because I love that.
Consistency is knowledge.
I love that.
And so that's a very broad range. It means a lot of different things, but consistency is because your system is what it is. And if you're successful, hey baby, don't mess with it.
See, everybody, that's why I wanted this dude here to be on Everyday Awesome, because I've known Mike since 2003.
Oh, maybe 2002 or
2002, because we're going to
2001.
get into that on the next call, because it's kind of
Yeah.
funny, because we're going to talk about some things that you say.
You
So
bet.
this is why I've known this dude for almost 20 years, and he's literally has watched our family grow. I've watched him grow. So until next time, everybody, you're Everyday Awesome. Mr. Big Mike, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure's all mine.